Peter?
No, he's talking about good things are happening in the APC, and that is why people are defecting. So we can just take a very good example of the things happening like in Kebbi and Katsina, where school children were abducted, and then the governor of the state is telling the president that few hours to when the children were abducted, somebody gave orders to withdraw security from that place, and they want to know who gave the orders. Until date, the president and commander-in-chief is not able to know who ordered troops out of the government secondary school in Kebbi State, or in places like Katsina, where security and insecurity officials are holding peace deals, and the terms of those meetings are being put together by the bandits. In fact, in Katsina, according to the report, one of the bandit leader, Jankari, instructed that the peace deal, the police officers who are coming should not come in uniform, should come in mufti. But guess what? The bandit leader came in the uniform of a slain police officer, ACP Dayi Aminu, to that so-called peace deal. That is where they are having stakeholder meetings. So those are the good things that are happening under the APC government. But let us not be fooled. The same issue that is happening, because everybody continues to say PDP, PDP. What exactly is going on in the PDP? What is the role of the serving minister for FCT in the PDP? What are the issues between the FCT minister and the Rivers State governor? So the former governor and the incumbent governor had issues, and instead of prevailing upon your subject, President Tinubu decided to illegitimately suspend an elected governor, declaring a state of emergencies for so-called reasons of insecurity. But somehow, more than 300 children were kidnapped from Niger State, and it had not been able to be a reason for why there should be a state of emergency. For in Katsina State, continuous banditry attacks and killings. And even I think my colleague is from Benue State, where more than 200 persons were slaughtered in Yelwata. The president visited it and could not visit the host community or the ground zero of the incident because the roads to that place were not good. This is the unfortunate leadership and the shameful kind of conduct that we glorify as leadership, and that is why everybody is moving to the center. What exactly is at the center? A center of terrorism, of banditry, of a failed economy, of active politics, even when people are being killed. That is why the president can order troops to so-called defend democracy and constitutional authority in Benin Republic when terrorists are running rogue in his own country without the approval of the National Assembly. So as it is today, it is all politics. We understand the game of the APC to ensure, and that is why even the former chairman Oshomole said, when you come to our party, I mean, your sins are forgiven. What are the legal cases or graft cases of all governors or politicians who were in the opposition? What happened to them when they came to the ruling party? If we say this is not without any pressure.
Let me quickly throw a question at you. Now you're discussing. With high-profile defections reshaping the party landscapes, what effect could this have on the 2027 elections? And how might it influence voters' choices and democratic accountability?
It is simple. What the APC or the ruling party is trying to do is to create an imaginary victory before the elections happen. What will rig or what will make the 2027 elections be rigged was not because anybody was too powerful or they were too popular. It was because Nigerians had the cynicism of believing that the elections will never be free and fair. So a lot of Nigerians have given up on 2027 even before it will come. And then when you have political strongmen like governors of the state who have overwhelming influence on institutions, on the architecture of the electoral process and also security agencies, it becomes even more dire for the people. But all hope is not lost, because when it comes to elections, when multitude of people come out to vote and insist that their votes must count, it is almost impossible to rig through a determined people. The 2023 election results are clear for everybody to see. President Tinubu lost his home state of Lagos, lost Kano, the highest voting bloc. The shenanigans that happened in Rivers State, lost Abuja, but somehow won the presidency. So the template has already been set and is only to be consolidated on.
Okay. Let me get back to Dr. Dominic in the house. Then
hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. You know, Peter Akah is such an amazing human being, very intelligent. You know, someone that you just feel, God bless. You know, God bless the womb that gave birth to this child. He really lambasted. You just saw how he lambasted the APC stalwarts, they're coming to talk about how things are good for them in APC, how things are good and whatever. And you could see the man literally looking as if they use water. Like when rats, they pour water on it, the way its body will do pour. That's the same way that he sat down there and just did pour. I don't know what they seem to gain from all of this, but hey, it's psychophancy. One of the worst things that have happened in Nigeria is the psychophancy, how people are ready to defend every sort of nonsense just for stomach infrastructure or whatever it is that they want to gain. But for me, I've gotten to a stage in life today where I'm never bothered about these things, because hey, Nigeria has capacity to deal with everyone, and when bad governance, like you say, it's like a stray bullet. It doesn't act, it doesn't discriminate, it affects every other person. It's not going to say to you, hey, are you a supporter of APC and what he's doing, so that nothing will happen to. We are all victims waiting to happen. I remember a few, the other time that people were protesting about killings and kidnappings and whatever, there was one APC defender, I think he's even a member, who came out and was telling people that people should shut up, people should stop doing this, that the government is working, guess what, they kidnapped him. Okay, you go and tell them, let him know, since he doesn't have empathy. And I've gotten to a place where those kind of people, I really don't even feel anything for them anymore, because since they don't have empathy to feel the pain when other people are abducted, so probably when them are abducted, they probably will feel the pain. There are some of them that still don't feel the pain. I mean, I remember when during the attack on Kaduna train, the Kaduna Abuja train that was attacked and some people were killed. There was someone who spent months in captivity, only for him to come out and start telling us that, oh, he still loved President Buhari. That train attack happened during the time of President Muhammadu Buhari and stuff like that, and APC will never stop loving that. Anyway, there's something called Stockholm syndrome. Whatever it is that anybody wants to do, just go ahead and do it. But one thing for sure that I know is that in Nigeria, being a victim is a matter of when and not a matter of if. The victim card is going around. It is done by Turn Nigeria Limited, and Nigeria has capacity to deal with anyone. It does not discriminate against any other person. But you can literally see how, Peter Akah carried everything on, as in one after the other, to show this person that, hey, what's this all about? And, governance is not how well you are doing. In every situation you find, there are some people whom it is somebody's, no matter how bad things are, that's when their own is good. But you don't look at it and say, because your own is good, then the rest of the people are suffering. And as far as you are concerned, oh, it's the best seed after jollof rice. No, it doesn't work like that. It's about the generality of all. What is happening to the greater good? Is the greater good better, or has it diminished? These are the things, that really should concern everyone. But you see people like this, give them water as it is. Look them in the face and tell them as it is. Nothing like leaving the thing, going about whatever. No, say it to them. Keep telling them. Sooner or later, whether they want to realize their mistakes or not, whatever it is, everybody will feel it in their body. Thank you so much for watching.